Everybody say Caitlin's pregnant.
Caitlin's pregnant.
Huh?
Caitlin's pregnant.
Woo!
So now my question is, how was their reaction when you was pregnant the first time? I would like to know, because a part of me feels like they don't like her man.
It's not that serious, and my husband and I don't think it's that serious either. We actually think their reaction is really funny, and that's why I posted it on TikTok and Instagram.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena, and today we are talking about family dynamics. If you're new here, we like to talk about whatever I like to on the internet. It's basically a conversation between you and I, so let me know your thoughts about everything in the comment section down below. Now, I came across this video. I think the creator was reacting to a video that went viral a couple years ago, and so it's basically her and her husband. They're taking a picture with her family, like a group picture, and then they say, "Hey, she's pregnant," and then the family kind of does not react. I don't know if they heard them or not, but TikTok really had some backlash about that. So check out this video.
Let's rewatch my pregnancy announcement that got me over 20 million views, shall we?
6, 5, 4, 3. Everybody say Caitlin's pregnant.
Caitlin's pregnant.
Huh?
Caitlin's pregnant.
Woo!
Caitlin's pregnant. Hello.
What?
Yeah, she really is.
Hey.
Yikes! Wow.
To this day, I still find that video very funny and very cringe.
So this creator who posted this, her name is Kaitlin Ragland. She recently shared this video and reacted to it because it was a video that got her 20 million views a year ago. She said, "In honor of going viral a year ago, let's rewatch the my pregnancy announcement fail." Someone says, "I would have been so sad about this reaction. Go to my page to see my announcement." And she responds, "I was shocked they didn't believe us, but we caught them off guard, so I don't care." Your husband's yikes is the funniest part. How did his family react?
Yikes is right. Don't invite us to your mess. Don't. Oh, God. There's a weird way to find out you're not the favorite child. Like, that's crazy. Like, why would you post this?
This is how my gender reveal went, basically. And she says, "I'm dead. Wait, how did I not know this was you? Still my fave video ever. Haha." What did you guys think about this? I feel like there's a couple things. And I could be projecting. You guys know I'm going to give birth anytime soon. Clearly I'm nesting. I'm on the floor because this room is kind of like a storage room. The room that I used to film in is my nursery now. But I know I'm kind of pretty open with the fact that I don't have a village, and so I don't know, I could be projecting, so that's why I want you guys to let me know your opinion down below. But my initial reaction to this video was like, oh, her family doesn't care. That's not funny. But I was like, number one, they don't care, but then I was like, wait, did they hear Caitlin's pregnant? Her husband is hilarious, by the way. But I was wondering, like, because honestly, I kind of get teary-eyed when I watch these videos because I just love them. And it's also one of those things where it's like, you kind of wish you had those sentimental or like heartfelt videos. Like, you know, when, I don't know, the grandma or the grandpa opens up a gift and it says, "Oh, you're gonna be a grandparent." I don't know, I get teary-eyed. But, so I thought I was gonna get emotional a little bit, and then I didn't. I was like, ooh, I don't know. But that was my first instinct. So her video, the original video, is still up. Let's look at the comments on the original video. Your husband's reaction was the only appropriate one. Yeah, there's something deeper going on here. Do you know these people? I'm glad your husband didn't let it slide, that he was disappointed by their reaction for you guys. Way too many times people just don't say anything. This was very not okay. Shake my head. Your husband handled it well. Send them an email next time. Who needs enemies when you have family? They're like, who's Kayla? Do they hate you or your relationship? I mean, seemingly a lot of the comments are kind of having the same reaction I did, like, do they not like this? To play devil's advocate, because you know we also like to give people grace on here, I will say not everyone has reactions the way you want them to. So when my husband and I were letting people know, hey, I'm pregnant, not to be that person, but I kind of expected certain reactions on how they would be, and they came out true, so I'm trying not to have a self-fulfilling prophecy. But anyways, I feel like there's also that element of you never know how someone's going to react. Same thing with you watching someone open up a gift you got them, or you doing a surprise for someone or giving them a surprise gift and seeing their reaction. Sometimes people just, they may not like you watching them react to something, or they just have a different type of reaction than you expect. I think that's also something to note. Kaitlin did respond, and because people were asking, how did they react to your first baby? Because clearly this is her second child. She posted a video and her parents seemed really happy.
3, open. Promoted from dog to grandma, human grandma. Oh my gosh! That's right! You're so
Then some people were kind of responding and saying how maybe the family reacted that way because they're tired of helping her with the first baby, and that makes complete sense to me if it is true. We don't know.
So now my question is, how was their reaction when you was pregnant the first time? I would like to know. Because a part of me feels like they don't like her man. They do not like her man. I was gonna say it's because he's a different skin complexion. That was like the first initial thought. But I would like to know, what was their reaction for the first pregnancy with their son? I want to know. Because it's kind of weird to me. Like, they wasn't excited. They wasn't happy. They wasn't smiling. They wasn't like shocked. They wasn't crying. They were just standing awkward like, what's going on? That's the vibe that they gave. So I just don't know. This video was so off-putting to me. I don't know. I don't think she should have posted this. But congratulations, though. Seriously, I'm happy that you're bringing another bundle of joy into this world. But you might want to talk to your family about how they react when it comes to certain things, because it could come up as weird. That's it.
Now, under this video, it says, turns out they live with her parents, and there's like a laughing, I'm dead skeleton emoji. Someone said, do they? Or did you just read a TikTok comment that said they did and you ran with it? Kaitlin then responds to that and says, ran with it. We own our own home. I think that's kind of interesting.
No. May this kind of family love never find me. Imagine being so miserable with yourself that your daughter announces her second pregnancy and not a single one of you has any type of reaction to that. All the reaction that they got was, oh, really? Yay. And it's so sad because let's be so for real right now. This is not the reaction that you should receive when you tell somebody, your loved ones, that you are expecting like the most beautiful thing that could ever be given to a couple. She chalked this reaction up to, they just didn't hear what they said. But their reaction was still the same when they heard it a second time. She's got her comment section off, but she's telling everybody that this is a funny reaction, haha, hee hee moment. And it's not because TikTok commenters are being mean, it's because they're telling her the truth that this reaction is very toxic and they don't seem happy for her.
The caption of this video says, Kayla, get away from them, and then she meant Kaitlin, but Kaitlin did respond under this comment section, which I thought was interesting because she's engaging in a lot of the response videos, and it says, thanks for sharing, feel free to tag me. Well, if it isn't the woman herself, hey girls, sorry your family had that awful reaction, y'all deserve better. It happens to people all the time, they just don't share it. Yes, and I feel for those people too, that doesn't change anything here. Might want to change the name in your caption. I don't know who Kayla is. See, I thought that was kind of interesting because she's like being, I don't know, chummy with this creator. I don't know, I have a feeling that because she's not hit 10,000 followers yet, she's kind of letting this trend go viral again and reacting to it so she can hit that $10,000 threshold, be part of the monetization on TikTok, which I don't blame her, get your bag. But I do think that's kind of interesting because she's being friendly with this creator in the comments saying, hey, your family shouldn't react like that, even though she was doubling down in her response videos that we'll get to. So I don't know. What do y'all think about that? And also too, I don't know if they were just saying, instead of saying cheese, they said Caitlin's pregnant and they weren't registering what happened. Those 4 other adults, it took a while for them to register that Kaitlin is pregnant. Like her doing her little dance, whatever thing, like, woohoo, I'm pregnant.
Caitlin's pregnant.
Woo! And then her husband was like, yeah, she's pregnant.
Caitlin's pregnant. Hello.
What?
Yeah, she really is.
Hey.
Yikes!
It took a long time for me, though. Like, I think that's why I'm kind of like, do they care? But judging by the reactions that Kaitlin posted, it does seem like they care. So, I don't know. We can't really know all of that. In her explanation video, she does give a little bit more context.
So I guess I'm gonna answer some questions now. It's actually funny because people are assuming there's a deeper backstory than there really is. It's not that serious, and my husband and I don't think it's that serious either. We actually think their reaction is really funny, and that's why I posted it on TikTok and Instagram, and why I have over 4 million views combined on both videos. So my husband and I have been together for almost 10 years. We have one son, and obviously I'm pregnant with our second. My family obviously knew we were kind of trying, and a couple weeks prior to the video, my mom was over, and my husband said to my mom, "Oh, did you tell your mom that you're pregnant?" And my mom was like, and I was like, I would never just sit down and tell you, hey, I'm pregnant. Like, we're gonna do something like we did with our first. So with my son, we told my parents on Christmas Day. We got them custom onesies made and made it like this big elaborate thing. I monogrammed a hoodie for my sister, told her separately so she could be in on it, telling my parents. And I can post those reactions too, because those are completely different than the reactions we got with our second kid. But the plan was, with this pregnancy, we were going to take family pictures before all the fall leaves had fallen off the tree. And we had went to our first initial appointment like a couple days prior to the photo shoot, but I was so early they couldn't take an ultrasound, because we were going to show up with an ultrasound and actually have something in hand saying like, hey, we're pregnant. So we're not just telling them, hey, we're pregnant, like I told my mom we would never do. I was also going to get our son a Big Brother sweater, but then we didn't have time for it. We had already had the photo shoot planned. So I was like, you know what? I don't have time. It's not that big of a deal. We're just going to tell them like, it is what it is. So they're all thinking we're there for family pictures, and like, they're not thinking we're going to tell them that we're pregnant, because we had told them before, hey, we're not just going to tell you, oh, we're pregnant. Like, we're going to do something like we did with our first. So that's why their reactions are the way that they are, because they actually thought we were joking, because we had just told them weeks ago, we're not just going to tell you, we're going to do something for you. Or everyone just assuming that there's a deeper backstory than what there actually is, isn't true.
So I guess she's basically saying the parents were expecting them to have an elaborate thing to tell them that they're pregnant, and then I guess they were like, nah, let's just tell them when we're taking family pictures. So maybe they were caught off guard like that. But that doesn't explain the other two people, I think her sibling and sibling-in-law, reacting like that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like most of TikTok was like, oh, that was kind of an odd reaction. I mean, hey, not everyone has family like that, or not everyone has people happy for you. The people that were happy for me when I told them I was pregnant, or when they found out or could see that I was pregnant, the most positive people or supportive were the ones that were not close to me. So they would be like coworkers or someone at work that I see in passing, or like extended family. So I don't know, people are just weird. But it does seem like she has a close relationship to her parents, or it's like a tight-knit family. Her husband's awesome, I just gotta say that.
Even the baby gave her family the bombastic side eye, because he knew grandma and grandpa could have reacted better than that. All jokes aside, people really are crucifying her family, saying that she needs to cut them off because their reaction was very mellow, to say the least, and I don't think I would go that far. I could understand the outrage if this is how they reacted to her telling them that she was pregnant for the very first time. However, she already has a kid, which would explain their lack of excitement. Also, we don't know this family's backstory. For all we know, the last thing they could need is another baby running around, especially in this economy. Who's to say the parents aren't already tired with helping out with the first grandchild? Some people think that maybe the in-laws just don't like the husband, but how could you not like the husband? He seems so fun. And hats off to you, sir. You have now officially become the first meme of 2025. The lady that posted the original video has already come out and said that the internet is blowing the whole video all the way out of proportion, and says the reason why her family reacted that way is because they didn't know if it was a joke or if they were being pranked or not. She said it really isn't that deep, as her parents did hug her afterwards. However, what do y'all think about all of this?
If you guys haven't seen this video, you gotta go watch it and feel the awkward feeling we felt watching this thing for the first time. And for you, Miss Kate, I don't know if you posted this thinking this was funny, but I'm gonna tell you, it did one thing for sure. It made your family look like absolute. And I tried to find a nicer way to say that, but there is no nicer way for me to say that. The awkward moment that this was, and the looks from each one of your family here to the left, to you and your husband, is crazy work. Okay, for one, I'm looking at all the shoes, right? And it's just giving, you know, why, and then your man's, I just said that as a joke, but don't take me serious. Your family got some ill feelings about your man's, your husband, and probably your child. You may say, well, you're just going off of it, what you see. Well, that's all you've given us, girl. And each one of their reactions, even after repeating it 3 to 4 freaking times, is just like, oh Lord, another one. Even because y'all already got one beautiful baby and, you know, beautiful couple, but your fam is not with it. I promise you, they'll never tell you to your face. Maybe they already have, and the rest of us don't know it. But your family is not with you and your husband being together. Definitely not with you and your husband having another baby.
What did you guys think of this? I feel like also too, because revealing your pregnancy and filming that is kind of a newer thing. And then also posting that online is a newer thing. There are probably other expectations that come with that. How am I supposed to react or whatever? I didn't film a lot of the reactions that I got, especially because I knew they wouldn't be supportive. So that could also be a thing. Or maybe the family was just so focused in on the family photos that they just weren't thinking about what they were saying. I don't know, but I'm really trying not to project here. And you know what? I could be, you know, more emotional because I'm getting close. I could have my baby anytime now. So I really want to know your guys' opinions about this whole situation in the comment section down below. Did you feel like the family's reaction was weird? Do you feel like Kaitlin was defending her family and really she should have been reflecting on what happened? Do you feel like it was just a caught off guard moment? They support it, but they're just like, oh, yay! I was expecting you to do something different when you told us about your second pregnancy. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!